Oh, what's up, everyone? You're listening to the beer edition of the Budgets Brews podcast with Rich and Tony, where we discuss, chat, and ramble solely about beer. You can join us next week for our finance portion. In last week's episode, we talked about what savings accounts are offering 4% or more in interest rates. You can find that link in our show notes. But for now, let's splash right into Rich and Tony's beer review. Tony, what's on tap this week?
On tap, we have the New Belgium VooDoo Ranger Juicy Hazy IPA. It looks amazing. Don't forget, we use a scale of 1 to 100, with 1 being the worst beer we've ever tasted and 100 being the best. Yes. Let's take a look at this bottle, shall we? So, also, it is 7.5% alcohol.
Yeah,
so
this is a heavy hitter.
Pretty high up on there. Really juicy, hazy IPA. It's got a picture of this little skeleton man. I don't know how well you guys can see that on there. I'll probably put an image up for you guys. The can looks kind of cool, right?
Like, I really like it. Like the top looks like it's like stitching or staples or something like that up there. And then it's a skeleton dude. He looks like maybe like an air pilot or something like that. Sunglasses on, a hat.
It's cool.
Blue Ranger, juicy, haze IPA. And he's got a cool little suit.
And when you look at this can, it's not like all over the place, like craziness. No. Like your attention goes strate to the VooDoo Ranger, Juicy Hazy IPA, little skeleton man.
Yeah, like you know exactly what you're gonna get. Great marketing. Yeah. Great brand marketing.
Good. So we jump into
you want to jump off with the pour and head retention.
So you got your mug?
So this is I'm gonna go ahead and crack this open. This is gonna be out of 15 points.
Let's go. We got video now. So we do have video now. Ooh, we're making moves, baby. All right, so I'm going to try to get this on camera a little bit. A little pour action. 45-degree angle, Rich. Come on.
Yeah, and then you got to tilt it. You got to tilt it back in there and just let it pour up.
Then you got to get your head, right?
There we go.
Oh, dude, that might be too much head.
Okay, so while we're doing this, so a fun fact, New Belgium Brewery was founded in 1991 by then husband and wife Jeff LeBeche and Kim Jordan, and they aim to actually bring Belgium quality beer to the U.S. My golly, they did. This is a great, pour for me.
Let me see. Let me get a good look at yours.
Yeah, I'll hold it up to the camera.
Oh yeah.
Probably about an inch and a half, maybe 2 of head. So a little more probably than I want, but I feel like it gives me that New Belgium, it's a great pour. So I don't know, and it's rescinding need be. So for me, out of 15, I think it was pretty fine. I'm gonna go with 11.
11. Okay, pretty fine. Mine, come on, look at that. That's good.
Yeah, I got like a solid one.
I got I was like an inch ahead. Now it's like about a half an inch, which I think is perfect. I got to give this thing a 15 out of 15. I don't know how it could have been better.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet. Let's go.
All right. The appearance. So the appearance, and this one is going to be out of 10. But Tony, you have something for us.
Yeah, so New Belgium is actually the 4th largest craft brewery that distributes to all 50 states. So they are the 4th largest brewery in the United States.
And that is very surprising. I would have not have thought that at all. Like I try to think of a craft brewery.
Find them everywhere.
Like, Sam Adams is a really big one. New Belgium right up there. And, my appearance looks hazy. Like this is hazy. Like extremely hazy. Like you cannot even like put a a pencil or something through that thing without getting hit with a bunch of stuff. I don't know why you'd want to put a pencil through it.
Yeah,
but you wouldn't. So it's thick. It looks thick to me.
Dude,
there's a bunch of stuff floating around in there. I cannot see through it. It is so foggy. But I think it's supposed to be like that. Right? Yeah. Like that's why they say hazy right on there. And then it's a bright yellow. Like a very bright yellow, but at the same time subtle because it's hazy. A hazy bright yellow. So out of 10, 8. 8. That's pretty high up there for me.
That is really high, dude. Because honestly, I love IPAs and I love hazy IPAs and dude, this thing is hazy as hell, but it is so yellow and like you can't see through this, man. It almost looks like it might be toxic,
I like that,
or something, dude. So I don't think I'm gonna be quite as generous, but I'll give it an okay rating. I'll give it a 6 out of 10, just because the color almost scares me a little bit, how dark and deep it is. But Actually, light and thick it is.
Right.
But let's move on to the next one, which is our one, like my favorite, like the smell other than taste, right? So the smell out of 20. Rich, you got something to warm us up with here?
I do. And in 2015 and 16, New Belgium teamed up with Ben and Jerry's, the ice cream, right, to create ice cream inspired beer. And so they had two flavors. One was chocolate cookie dough ale, and they had a second one, which was salted caramel brownie brown ale. So I have not tried those. Those might be interesting reviews to do, but fun fact as we get our nose in there.
All right, let's get a big sniff here. I don't think I'd try either of those. I don't know if I like the dessert beers, but ooh, what are you getting? You getting
my foam is still there. It's like the foam is like
foam. Mine went down quite a bit, but it's still there.
I'm getting some sweet hops, so like it's very sweet for me almost. And it's also hoppy at the same time, and I really actually like that. I don't think I've ever smelt a sweet hop before, but I actually like that.
What are you gonna give out of 20?
Because it still has that little kick, but it's like a subtle kick. Out of 20, I'm gonna give it a 16. A 16. Okay. That was pretty good.
Good rating. Good rating. Yeah. For me, like I feel like I almost can't smell it. It definitely smells sweet, so I definitely get a little bit of that sweetness. But like, dude, I feel like I gotta drown my nose in this thing, you know?
Oh yeah, it is not as potent as
It's not as IPA. It's not as from the color like you think it would be like freaking fuming fumes, but like no, it smells pretty good. I like the smell of it a lot. It smells really appetizing, like you said. It's sweet. You get a lot of that hoppiness, but it's not like sometimes you take a drink of an IPA and it like burns. Like I don't smell that hoppiness. It smells very sweet. I like the smell of it a lot. I'll give it a 16 as well. I think that's a good rating for that.
And now, obviously, our favorite part is the taste, and this is going to be out of 30. But before that, you have something to say.
Slow down, Rich. All right, hold on. So the VooDoo Ranger series, which we are drinking, this is the Juicy Hazy IPA. There's actually a bunch of different VooDoo Ranger beers you can drink. This series came out in 2018, and we just wanted you all to know that.
All right. Out of 30, taste.
Cheers. Oh, I didn't even cheers me.
I air cheers you.
I didn't see it. Oh, dude. Whew. Oh, my God. Good. Yeah? Dude, I think this is phenomenal.
Wow. So I'm going to rank this one. It tastes...
That's so good.
It doesn't taste hoppy. Like, you would think IPA, you would think a lot of hops. For me, I don't really taste the hops. Juicy. It almost tastes like if you took maybe like, I don't know, like a Blue Moon. I don't know why I'm thinking Blue Moon. Or like a lining Google or something, but you took away their sweetness. Yeah, and that's sort of how it tastes. It tastes like you could have this on a hot day, maybe by a beach or something like that. Oh yeah, but you wouldn't really think IPA was be out in the sun.
Not really a winter.
But, no, and so it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. It's very very smooth too, and there's not like a hard bite at all. So it's a very smooth, enjoyable. Almost like a wheat beer, but it's an IPA. It's magic. I don't know how they did it. So I really actually enjoy this. I'm going to give this a 27.
Good rating, dude. I'm happy. I love this. This is like one of my favorite beers, guys. So I was happy to hear Rich give it that. I disagree a little bit. I definitely get the hops, but it's not from the initial taste. Like you said, very smooth, very drinkable beer. I love it. You get that sweetness when you taste, but as it goes down, you get the hops. It's as you're drinking it. It's not an initial like super hoppy, super IPA. But as the aftertaste, I start to really get like the taste and the aroma of those hops. Like it's so good. For me, this is literally one of my favorite beers. I haven't had one that I think is better yet. I am going to give it a 29 just because I don't like giving perfect scores.
I know. I don't either. Right. We are going to move on to the aftertaste, but before that.
Yeah. We got one more thing to go over, huh? Okay. So the brewery is 100% employee owned, New Belgium brewery. And even Anheuser-Busch tried to buy out the company and they did not sell. Yeah.
They said, we're not selling out. We're not going to a larger. So
right. Employee owned, baby.
The aftertaste is out of 25, and I'm going to need another test.
Yeah, you go first here. Hold on, well, I'll let you go, and then give us what you think.
Similar to like the taste, it's not. I mentioned this during the taste. It doesn't really linger. It's there. It fades off. It's not strong. It's not bitter. It's quite pleasant, and it's
Yeah.
it's like I'm ready for another sip, and so it goes away so quick. It almost get you to go ahead and just keep on drinking faster than
Hmm.
you're at the bar buying all the beers. But no, it's a pleasant aftertaste. It doesn't linger. I like it, so I'm going to give that a 25. I'm going to go with a 23.
Okay, cool. I agree a little bit. But I disagree that I think it does linger a little bit. It's not like a super lingery beer. It's not like a heavy beer. Like some beers are like if you drink like a porter or a malt or something, like man, those things have an aftertaste, right? Like you take a sip, you can't get it out of your mouth. But IPAs tend to have pretty strong aftertastes. This one doesn't as much. Very sweet. It goes down. I get that hoppiness. I love the taste of this beer, and I think the aftertaste is great. I think it's perfectly pleasant. I will give it a 24 out of 25.
24.
Yep.
All right.
What do
And
you got for us,
now
Rich?
we're out of facts, but we're gonna dive into the overall rankings, and this is
Hmm.
out of 100. And so for me, totaling everything up, I gave it an 85, which I think is probably on my higher end.
Yeah, definitely on the higher end. I'm just getting my last numbers entered here, and I gave it a 90 out of 100, right where I think this beer needs to be. One of the best, one of my favorites.
All right. And that wraps up this episode's beer review. And if you enjoyed listening, we ask that you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, or follow. And oh, yeah, don't forget to leave a review and comment on what beers you want us to review for the upcoming weeks. That does it. Cheers.
See ya.